Okay, so good evening, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of the Encore Literary Fest. Since the world we live in requires that all human endeavor should fit neatly into prescribed slots, we call Encore a speech and drama club. Sometimes to elevate it a bit, we call it a language arts studio. But in truth, Encore is actually a journey of exploration, an exploration for the children, for all of us, the students. It's an exploration of the universe, of the planet, of the world around us, of all the people around us, and most importantly, an exploration of the self. And our Vahan, to borrow from mythology, is the poetry of language in all its forms. Our chief guest for tonight is Mr. Anil Menon. He is a well-known author, and his books have been shortlisted for various prestigious literary awards. In his youth, Anil pursued science and technology, and to quote from him, lived from deadline to deadline in his early working career. Now that writing has come into his life, he lives from project to project as he shares his genius with fans all over the world through his speculative fiction. That is a literary genre which he has created himself. Welcome, Anil. We're so happy to have you with us today and look forward to your comments once all the kids have done their thing.
All right, kids, I'm really glad to be here. Yeah, let's have fun.
Okay, let's go for it. All right. So we kick off tonight's program with one of the little ones. Laisha Agarwal will be performing first. Let's put on. Yes, Laisha. So Laisha is going to keep you on the edge of your seat, wondering who came knocking on Walter de la Mare's door. Yes, Laisha, tell us something about yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Laisha Agarwal. I'm 5.5 years old. I study in St. Mary's. Today, I'm going to perform a poem called Someone. Someone by Walter de la Mare. Someone came knocking at my wee small door. Someone came knocking. I'm sure. I listened, I opened, I looked to left and right. But not there was a stirring in the still dark night. Only from the forest, the busy beetle tapping on the wall. Only from the forest, the screech owls call. Only the cricket whistling while the dewdrops fall. So I knew not who came knocking at all. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That was wonderful, Laisha. We were so happy to hear you. And now, next up, we have Naila, who's going to tell us why those forests are so important to us. Yes, Naila, you're going to tell us about the forests. Is your camera is not on, Naila?
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, come. All right, wonderful. Okay, that's great. Now let's see you in that camera. Wait, no, we can't see you. Okay, now we can. Come little closer, baby. Yeah, little closer, but we won't see your face. Okay, good. Okay, can you tell us something about yourself?
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Naila Fatima and I am 7 years old.
What are you performing tonight?
I am performing a day.
Why did you choose this poem, Naila?
I chose this poem because I like all the animals and all the trees.
Okay, that's wonderful. Come on, go ahead. Go ahead, Naila.
Birthday by Jane Rowling. I am the earth, and the earth is me. Each blade of grass, each honey tree, each bit of mud and stick and stone is blood and muscle, skin and bone. And just as I need every bit of me to make my body fit, so earth needs grass, stone, and tree, and things that grow here naturally. That's why we celebrate this day. That's why across the world we say, as long as life, as dear as free, I am the earth and the earth is me. Thank you.
That was wonderful, Naila. It's a lovely message. And I'm sure all of us will take that home with us tonight. Okay, next we have Uttara. Uttara is a 10-year-old blogger. She's going to share with us some of her fascination for the world of magic and witches and wizards. Come, Uttara, can you tell us something about yourself and why you've chosen this piece?
Hello everyone, my name is Uttara. I'm 10 years old. I study in St. Helena School. My passion is writing and my hobbies are singing and playing with my friends. And I chose this piece because it's very interesting and it is one of the main pieces of the whole novel.
All right, go ahead then.
Yes, ma'am. 3, 2, 1, go! He shouted. Malfoy raised his wand quickly and bellowed, Serpent Satya! The end of his wand exploded, and Harry was aghast as a long, black snake shot out of it and fell heavily onto the floor between them. And it raised itself, ready to strike. There were screams as the crowd backed swiftly away, clearing the floor. Don't move, Potter, said Snape lazily, clearly enjoying the sight of Harry standing eye to eye, motionless with the angry snake. I'll get rid of it. Allow me, shouted Lockhart. He brandished his wand at the snake, and there was a loud bang. Instead of the snake vanishing, it flew 10 feet into the air and fell back with a smack. Enraged, hissing furiously, it slithered towards Justin Finch-Fletchley and raised itself again, fangs exposed, poised to strike. Harry wasn't sure what made him do it. He wasn't even aware of deciding to do it. All he knew was that his legs were carrying him forward as though he were on casters, and that he had stupidly shouted at the snake, "Leave him alone!" And miraculously, inexplicably, the snake slumped onto the floor, docile as a thick black garden hose, its eyes now on Harry. Harry felt the fear drain out of him. He now knew that the snake wouldn't attack anyone, though how he knew it, he couldn't have explained. He looked up at Justin, grinning, expecting to see Justin looking relieved or puzzled or even grateful, but certainly not angry and scared. "What do you think you're playing at?" he shouted. And before Harry could say anything, Justin had stormed out of the hall. Snape stepped forward, waved his wand, and the smoke vanished in a small black puff of smoke. Snape, too, was now looking at Harry in an unexpected way. It was a shrewd and calculating look, and Harry didn't like it. He was also dimly aware of an ominous muttering all around the walls. Then he felt a tugging on the back of his robes. Come on, said Ron's voice in his ear. Move on, come on. Ron steered him out of the hall, Hermione hurrying alongside them. As they went through the doors, the people on either side drew away as they were frightened of catching something. Harry didn't have a clue what was going on, and neither Ron nor Hermione explained anything until they had dragged him all the way up to the empty Gryffindor common room. Then Ron pushed Harry into an armchair and said, "You're a parcel mouth. Why did you tell us?" "I'm a what?" said Harry. "A parcel mouth. You can talk to snakes." I know," said Harry. "I mean, that's only the second time I've ever done it. I accidentally set a boa constrictor on my cousin Dudley at the zoo once. Long story, but it was telling me that it had never seen Brazil, and I sort of set it free without meaning to. That was before I knew I was a wizard." "A boa constrictor told you it had never seen Brazil?" Ron repeated faintly. "So," said Harry, "I bet loads of people here can do it." "Oh no, they can't," said Ron. "It's not a very common gift, Harry. This is bad. Thank you, everyone."
Okay, that was really very good. We definitely enjoyed hearing that little anecdote. And next up, we have Prisha. And is our existence defined by that which we perceive with our five senses? Let's hear from Prisha. She has the answer. Yes, Prisha, can you tell us something about yourself?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. My name is Prisha Bhattacharya. I'm 9.5 years old. I study in St. Helena School. My hobbies are singing and drawing. And I like this poem because I believe in ghosts and they are always in my mind. Ghost Train by Alan Albert. Dark, dark hill. There is a dark, dark town. In the dark, dark town, there is a dark, dark street. Down the dark, dark street, there is a dark, dark station. And in the dark, dark station, there is a ghost train. One night, the big skeleton, the little skeleton, and the dog skeleton go for a ride. The ghost train leave the dark, dark cellar and walk down the dark, dark street. They peep in at a few windows on the way. How peaceful, says the big skeleton. How nice, the little skeleton says. At the station, they get their tickets from a monster and have them punched by another monster. How helpful, says the big skeleton. How kind, the little skeleton says. At midnight, the ghost train arrives. Do you believe in ghosts? Says the ghost. Yes, the skeleton says. Good, says the ghost. Climb aboard, and off they go out of the dark, dark station, out of the dark, dark town, up and over the dark, dark hill, and into the dark, dark night. Thank you.
Wow, that was excellent. Thank you, Prisha. Scary, but wonderful. All right. So next up, we have Akshit. Akshit joins us all the way from Jharkhand. Yes, Akshit, come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll just put you in the spotlight. 1 minute. Yeah. So Akshit, tell us something about yourself.
My name is Akshit. I'm 12-year-old. I study in class 7. I live in Jamshedpur, Jharkhand.
Oh, my goodness. It's so nice to have you, Akshit. Akshit, what are you performing tonight? Can you tell us?
I'm performing a epic from the epic Odyssey.
All right. And why did you choose this?
I choose this because it is full of suspense and adventure.
Oh, how wonderful. All right. Let's have it then. Go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Odysseus and the Cyclops. The Cyclops finishes chores. Then, just as sudden as before, he grabbed two more men. He passed them against the stone floor and ate them for supper. When he had finished his meal of flesh and bone, the one-eyed giant grinned horribly at the remaining Greeks. Odysseus's men cried out in terror before the bloody monster. Odysseus himself trembled with fury, but he forced himself to smile. He rose calmly and picked up his wineskin. With a steady hand, he poured sweet red wine into a wooden bowl. Here, sir, he said, offering the bowl to the Cyclops. Please drink our good wine. I give it to you as a gift with the hope that you will take pity on us and help us finding our way home. The giant snatched the bowl from Odysseus and gulped down the wine. When he had done, he held out the bowl and thundered, More, more, give me more. Odysseus poured more wine into the bowl, and Polyphemus gulped it all down. More. The monster bellowed, More, and tell me your name. Odysseus filled the bowl a third time. The giant poured it down his throat. When he Then he put down the bowl and began to stagger about the cave. Odysseus saw that the wine had gone to the giant's head. He knew it would soon be time to act. Sir, you have asked me for my name, said Odysseus. I will give it to you as a gift, but you must give me a gift in return. My name is No One. That is what everyone calls me, No One. The giant laughed cruelly. Ha, no one, he said. Thank you for your gift. Now I give you a gift in return. It is this: I will eat you and all your men, but I will eat you last. This is my gift to you, no one. Ha ha ha. Ha.
Thank you, Akshat.
Thank you.
That was very well performed. And thank you for taking us on a journey into that wonderful epic. All right. And now, next up, we have Ria Shalar, who will be performing the crocodile's toothache. Thanks, Akshat.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Ria. Okay. So tell us
Hi.
something about yourself and why you have chosen this poem.
Yes. I love to.
Tell us about
Like this-
yourself first.
Okay. My name is Ria Shila. I am in fourth standard. I am in St. Helena School. I love to read books and but I want to be a cricketer. I love
Wow.
to play cricket also. So I love this poem because this poem is too funny and it's about the toothache of crocodile and my mom is a dentist, so I love to read this poem.
Okay, that's great. And also great that you're going to be a cricketer. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you on the big screen. Come on, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. The Crocodile's Toothache by Shel Silverstein. The crocodile went to the dentist and sat down in a chair. And the dentist said, Now tell me, sir, why does it hurt and where? And the crocodile said, I'll tell you the truth. I have a terrible ache in my tooth. And he opened his jaw so wide, the dentist, he climbed right inside. And the dentist laughed with, Oh, isn't this fun? As he pulled it out one by one. And the dentist cried, You're hurting me so. Please put down your pliers and let me go. But the dentist laughed with the and he said, I still have 12 to go. Oops, that's the wrong one. I confess. But what's one crocodile's tooth more or less? Then suddenly the jaws went snap, and the dentist was gone right off the map. And where he went, one could only guess, to north or south or east or west. He left no forwarding address, but what's one dentist more or less? Thank you.
Thank you, Riya. It was really very enjoyable. It was a lovely performance.
Thank you,
That
ma'am.
was really great. Okay, everybody, this is the second part of day 2, and we're going to start with Ariana. Ariana is a very imaginative child, very talented, but she loves writing. Yes, Ariana?
Hello, my
Come
name is
in.
Oriana and I'm 10 years old. I study in St. Arnold Central School and I like most of the things related to, I like a lot of scary things. That's why I wrote a horror story.
Okay, that's wonderful. Go ahead.
My harrowing ghost encounter. It was a hot day in October, just a few days before Halloween. It happened in the afternoon, the incident that would change my life forever. So I got a call from an unknown person and I accidentally picked it up. There was a weird growling, then some static, and the scariest part of the call, there was a person shouting for help. And then, complete silence. I would have cut the call by now, but I was consumed by fear. The call ended and I suddenly started getting creepy text messages from the number. There were rumors about weird unknown colors, and when you pick up the phone, you hear some bizarre things. And then some people got strange text messages too. Some crazy things happened soon after the call. People call these numbers wedge numbers or curse numbers. I spent the rest of the day in fear, scared of every little thing. In the evening, there was a strong gust of wind, and I saw some figure floating midair. It was small and creepy. I told my parents, but honestly, what do you expect? They said, you're probably seeing things. I went back to my room and lay down on the bed, thinking what's going to happen to me now. I studied for some time, had dinner, and went to bed. Now, this is the scariest bit. So I fell asleep and had a crazy dream. There isn't any word to describe it. I'll call it crazy and weird for now. Maybe I'll find a word soon. Anyways, I had a dream. I have a carpet in my room. There was something that looked like a human or a ghost. There was something in between. The thing was sitting on my carpet and muttering. It was too low for me to hear. I got out of bed in the dream and went towards it. It looked like a kid who had a huge fatal wound on its stomach, as if he had been stabbed. I was too scared to go too close. But then he started walking towards me. I walked back slowly until I hit my bed. I climbed up and the kid followed me until I hit the wall. That's when I woke up in a cold sweat. I looked around the room in panic, but I didn't see anything. I realized that all that was just a dream. I just remembered about the kid's wound. I switched on the light and felt something was odd about the carpet. So I looked under it. You wouldn't believe what I saw. It was the outline of a small body. There were some bloodstains. I was like, what? I looked closer and saw the name and the day and time of death. The kid's name was Kevin, and the day he died was on 20th November 1997 at 5:33 p.m. I took my phone and started researching him. I found out that I was not the only one he haunted. He actually killed some people. I was too scared to sleep the rest of the night. When it was morning, I asked my parents about Kevin. They said, "We are sorry for not telling you, but we knew from the start. We didn't want to scare you. But how did you find it in the first place?" "That's a long story," I said. "I'm going, bye." I started practicing how to shoot with toy guns and started to become stronger mentally. A few weeks passed away with Kevin still coming in my dreams. One day in my dream, I mustered up the courage to shoot him with my toy gun. And since it was my dream, I could bend it to my wish. So the toy gun shot real bullets. The bullets went right through his head. He lay dead on the floor for a second time. Soon I woke up if the messages were still coming, and they weren't. In fact, they stopped completely. I was so relieved and happy. My life would be normal again. For 2 years, that is. Soon I was old enough to make a YouTube channel and an Instagram account. So for my first post, I went with this crazy story. I got so many likes and followers in an hour. Whenever I went out, people would ask me for an autograph. Calls from the cursed number and visits from Kevin stopped completely. Soon I was rich because of my followers. So this is the crazy story of my scary experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Ariana. That was really great. Very imaginative, lovely story. Thanks so much. Okay. So next up we have Chetan. Chetan? Chetan, are you there? No? All right. Then I think we'll go to Tanush. Tanush? Yeah, Tanush, are you there, Tanush?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there.
Okay, great. Yeah, Tanush. So Tanush is going to be telling us a story, and he can tell you all why he has chosen this story. Tanush, because of various complications, has been stuck inside his house since he's at greater risk for COVID. So that's why Tanush is so lively and so ready to participate. Come on, Tanush, tell us all about yourself and why you chose this.
My name is Tanush. I'm 8 years old. I study in St. Anna's Central School and I'm in third standard. And I chose this paragraph because I found it very funny, especially its title, The Cave That Talked.
All right.
And the second thing I found funny is the jackal and the lion, they speak. So I took this paragraph to say my literary friends.
Okay, Tanush, let's go on. Let's please start.
Yes, ma'am. The Cave That Talked, a story from Panchatantra. A hungry lion roamed the forest in search of food. He could not find any animal to kill. The more he wandered, the hungrier he became. Finally, he saw the mouth of a big cave. The lion said to himself, "I think some animal lives here. I shall wait behind the bush opposite until he comes out. I shall pounce on him." He waited for a long time, but no one came out. The lion thought, "The fellow must have gone out. I shall go in and wait for him. I'm sure he will just walk in and into my mouth." So the lion went in and hid himself in a dark corner. The cave was the home of the jackal. He turned home shortly. As he was about to enter the cave, he noticed footprints. "These are the footprints of a big animal. Probably he is still inside. It may be dangerous to go in. Let me find out," he said to himself. The jackal was clever. He called out in a loud voice, "Hello, Kay! Hello, my dear Kay!" There was silence. Shouted again, "Hello, Kay! Hello, my dear Kay! Why don't you answer me? Are you dead? What has happened to you? You always welcome me when I return home. Why are you quiet today? If you do not reply, I shall go to some other cave." The lion heard the shouts of the jackal. He said to himself, "This cave is in the habit of welcoming the jackal. Now it is afraid of me and does not talk. The jackal will go away if he is not welcomed." So the lion roared, "Hello, hello, welcome home, my friend." "You must be hungry indeed," mused the wise jackal as he fled the place. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanush. Very well performed. We really enjoyed that. Yeah. So to end tonight's performance, we have Chetan. Yeah, all right, Chetan. So
Yes.
life sometimes deals people blows, some good, some bad. Sometimes people get a worse dose of blows. But through the medium of poetry and literature, we can always find joy. And that is what Chetan is going to show us today. Come on, Chetan, let's have you.
Yes.
Spotlight for everyone. Okay. Come on, tell us something about yourself and why you chose this.
My name is Chetan Gaikwad and I live in Sarahalat and I am in 11th standard and my favorite sport is football and cricket and my hobby is to play games and I study in 11th.
All right. And tell us about your poem. Why did you choose it?
I choose this poem because I find it very funny and I perform it. Thank you.
All right. Great, Chetan. Let's go ahead.
Yes. My teacher took my iPod by Ken Nesbitt. My teacher took my iPod. She said they had a rule. I couldn't bring it into class or even to the school. She said she would return it. I'd have it back today. But then she tried my headphones on and gave a click on play. She looked a little startled, but after just a while, she made sure we were occupied and cracked a wicked smile. Her, her body started swaying, her toes began to tap. She soon was grooving in her seat and rocking to the rap. My teacher changed her mind. She said it's now okay to bring my iPod in, into class. She takes it every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Chetan. We're so proud of you. That was a wonderful performance. It was perfect. Thank you so much. And with that, we wrap up this evening's program. Yeah, and now I'll hand over to Mr. Anil Menon, who will share a few words with us. And now all of you, since you are all so adept at Googling, you may please Google Mr. Anil Menon, and you will know what an important gentleman we have with us today. Okay? Will you do that? Google him. Not now, Tanush later. All right. Come on, Anil, let's go.
Well, Kate, it's hard to believe that I was once your age, but trust me, I know how it is. And it was a wonderful performance. I really enjoyed it. It was a privilege, actually. And I want to say that, first of all, for all of you, that it takes courage to come out there and say these, to sing, to make voices, to, it's tough to stand in front of a group of people and perform. And you guys did a wonderful job. Individually, I would like to say something about each one of you. I think Leish, for example, I loved the great reading of Walter de la Mare, Leisha, right? Leisha Agrawal. I liked how he used gestures and there's a fun poem. It's a lovely poem. I love Walter de la Mare. And you made it even more fun by the way you read that poem, right? So there's a lot of heart in that reading. and it was a lot of fun to hear you read that poem. So kudos. I hope you'll read more poems because you certainly have the kind of voice for it. Naila, I'm glad that you like animals and trees. It's a very important poem. And Jane Yolen is one of my favorite writers too. She's a wonderful writer. And it's a very important message, like Anna said. So I'm glad you care for animals and trees and chose to share it with us. Thank you, Naila. Uttara, I'm also a Harry Potter fan. So I I was wondering whether you had read all the Harry Potter series actually, and was also wondering whether you like the books more than the movies. That scene where the Lockhart and the snake and Harry Potter, it's a very fun scene. And especially Lockhart is a kind of a funny character. And you read dramatically and fluently. So that was fun to listen to you. It was a long section and you held it beautifully. Risha, I don't believe in ghosts, but I'm glad so you do because it made your reading a little scarier, right? And I like the way you kept repeating dark, dark. It's a fun passage to read actually, and the way you use that voice of the little skeleton, whee, that kind of little voice that you made with the skeleton, that was really funny. So Prisha, that is a fun poem, a fun passage. It almost feels like a poem actually, the way you read it. Akshan from Jharkhand, welcome. And so I'm glad you chose suspense and adventure. Mythology is always kind of fun. And the Cyclops encounter with Odysseus. So I'm thinking that you'll really enjoy Percy Jackson and the Olympian series because it's essentially the Greek stories set in modern times. That is a great selection, Akshan. It was action oriented. Ria, cricket. So I hope to, like Anna said, I hope we'll see you on screen someday. And I especially loved the way you did the voice of the crocodile. It made it dramatic. The crocodile is a big, scary creature, but the way you read it made it come across as this poor animal under the hands of the dentist, actually. So that was really fun. Ariana, lovely vocabulary, great sense of story. There's one idea that I really liked. You said that ghost numbers, the idea of the ghost phone numbers that people just call out of the blue. You don't know who is calling. It's kind of scary. So I think, and you had the whole thing. You had the beginning, the middle, the end. You kind of pull the listener into the story. So you should really keep writing, Ariana, because you certainly have the flair for it. Tanush, so I was wondering if you really like funny stories. The jackal's voice was brilliant. I love how he did the voice of the lion, as he's thinking of what the jackal wants to hear. So that was a great little section from the Panchatantra. Chetan, my friend, 11th standard football and cricket. Who doesn't love them? So I was wondering if you love rap music and dance. Because the thing was about rap music. The teacher ending up loving rap music. So I was wondering whether you yourself loves rap music, listening to rap music. And you certainly seem to have the flair for it. So that was fun reading, guys. It was a pleasure to be here and pleasure to listen to you all. And they're all lovely selections. It was fun selections. So good taste. Thank you.
Thank you, Anil. So wonderful having you. And yeah, we're all going to dive into your book soon. Okay. All right. With that, we end tonight. Good night, everybody. And thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Anil. And well done, children.
Well done. Well done, kids.
Thank you, kids.
Okay. Anil, that's Sandhya. She's also a teacher with us.
Yeah. Hi, Sandhya. Yeah.
All right. And all the kids, Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.